Just before anything, let's invite God into our midst. So please step forward to lead us in your prayer. 2013. We love to appreciate the down at the dream stage, long his colleagues, and today we are witnessing the closing ceremony of the school and welcoming Mr. Governor Ekiti. Thank you very much. I would love to congratulate our Christ Unity on the end of that great school. Ladies, the university professor summer school. Otherwise, Elisa Obatari, you are very much. So one week at the time, the Mrs. Roque represent your invitation, the Kayode, you're welcome. You know that we love to acknowledge the body and Kayode and the
take you back a few decades to one of the foundational episodes in my development as an individual. A particular chapter in my life I would like to share with you this morning involved Yagebu's flower pot, a grain of corn, my father and my uncle. Desperate to satisfy a burning curiosity about how plants grow, and having received no satisfactory answers from friends or siblings, one day I decided to take matters into my own hands. As soon as I established that Kayode, one of our many kindly neighbors, was out of sight, I emptied a flower pot of its unfortunate contents, took the pot to another corner of the house, and proceeded to replace it with a solitary grain of corn. That marked the beginning of a very interesting odyssey. Intermittently, even as Kayode frantically searched for a vanished flower pot, I plied the apple solitary grain with water, more water, and even more water. During the night, when everyone was sadly asleep, I impatiently examined it to see how it was doing, turned it around in my hands, returned it to the pot, and just in case it didn't have enough, nourished it with even more water. This remarkably childish process went on for days, and I'm sure you all know how the story ended. When my father eventually stumbled on the scene of this failed agricultural experiment, he promptly gave back Yagebu's pot, and then returned to deliver a few choice lashes on my back and buttocks. I no longer have any memory of the pain from the beating, but his words regarding what it takes to plant a seed have stayed with me. Said my father, once you have planted the seed in the right soil, and once you've taken every precaution to ensure its growth, you have done your own bit. The rest is up to the seed. By the way, he also said never to leave a planted seed in the dark. You will all agree with me that what over the past 2 weeks, my colleague Dr. Wajadebami, myself, and a carefully chosen board of respected scholars from Nigeria and the diaspora have been doing here in the paradisiacal ambience of the Ikogosi warm swimming resort is tantamount to planting a seed. The credit for experiment goes to no other person than the inimitable John Kayode, Fayemi, governor of Ekiti State, Nigeria. His support, commitment, and unstinted dedication to the cause of education, especially higher education in the state Nigeria, have ensured that from this moment forward, the story of higher education in Nigeria will no longer be the same. And on behalf of Dr. Wajadebami, the co-director of the IGSS, the coordinator, the unflappable Dr. Fayemi, and the splendid laureates of the inaugural Ikogosi Graduate Summer School, I would like to thank Mr. Governor once again for putting his personal reputation and the entire weight of the government of Ekiti State, Nigeria, behind this fantastic initiative. high public office in Nigeria. Yet, history will recall that he was the first to have the courage and the vision to initiate a program specifically designed to arrest the painful collective slide of our universities, public and private, into intellectual irrelevance. Others have lamented. Fayemi has acted. As my father told me several years ago, once you have planted the seed in the right soil, and once you've taken every precaution to ensure it grows, you have done your own part. The rest is up to the seed. The seed in question here is the new ideas of research protocols in particular, and academic culture in general, that some of the most superior Nigerian teachers and thinkers from universities around the world have shared with the IGSS Laureates. 50 carefully selected postgraduate students, every one of them an indigene of Ekiti State, Nigeria. How would that seem fair? If what Dr. Kayode and myself have seen over the past 2 weeks is anything to go by, and here I'm referring to the drive, humility, passion, industry, and inquisitiveness of the laureates, there's every assurance that that seed will grow and produce bountiful academic fruit. Naturally, the laureates themselves are in a better position to tell us what they have gained. To teach, as we all know, is also to learn. In 2 weeks, our interactions with the students have taught us some fundamental questions about the state of research and pedagogy in our universities. For this special opportunity, Dr. Kayode and myself would like to thank you, the laureates. Mr. Governor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when Neil Armstrong stepped on the surface of the moon 44 years ago, he declared his achievement in those few powerful words that have now become familiar to all of us. That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. The Ikogosi Graduate Summer School is one of the many small steps that Governor Kayode has taken since assuming office. But there's no doubting that it is a big leap for tertiary education in Nigeria. And when scholars look back to a period when Nigeria started to undo the rot in higher education that began to settle under military rule, they are bound to see the IGSS as a foundational moment. Great things are happening in Ekiti State, Nigeria. And for this, we have a great government to thank. Thank you.
Our co-director, Dr. Isa Obadari, the Lord Almighty will continue to be with you. It's not going to be talk. We're going to have a short presentation, a short poem. And may I invite Laureate.
Thank you. Once again, my name is Aditya. It's Umia. That is the one spring. Mokio Ikogosi. Ọmọ olóṣù. Ọmọ olómi méjì takọtabo. Ọmọ òkèké lákó ìtì mọ́tò láyé. Àgbọ̀ntàgì ọdẹ́gbẹ́lé àbálòpọ̀sì lulẹ̀ ọ̀fẹ́. Ọmọ wa. Ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ ògbójú ológun lọ́gbọ̀n ògbóndé ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹlé ifá òdúwà kọ́mọ̀lù ẹ̀yọrin ṣàbàbà pàdé ọba ìyàn omi gbígbóná omi àwọ̀ mo kí ọ omi ríà omi àwọ̀ omi lílọ́wọ́rọ́wọ́ bí orìrùn ìyálẹ̀ta omi títù nẹ́nẹ́nẹ́ bí àmúrẹ̀fọ́ mo kí ọ omi àwọ̀ ọlọ́kùnta wẹ́ẹ́rẹ́ ọ̀nà ayébírí mo gbọ́sẹ̀ ti kàn ọ̀kan ìkiri ogun ìrẹ́nu pápẹ́lẹsẹ̀ ní í ṣe omi fún nínú lẹ́rùn ọ̀kúta mo kí ọ omi àwọ̀ ọ̀kan ṣoṣo abàmì omi láìrìn omi abẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ èyí kì í gbogbo omi àgbáyé wáyé níwájú rẹ̀ kàn ra ẹ̀bẹ̀ sí àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ kó torí òkè ìṣàn amẹ́yànrin ní ìtọ̀ ṣèbówọ́ ló ṣèlérí ló gbà wáṣẹ́ ìlú Ikogosi owó Ikogosi àjíkí àlọ́yè àti wíkí àlọ́yè náà dáraba mo kí ọ omi àwọ̀ ọlọ́bẹ̀sì ló dẹ kọ́ńdúkọ́ńdú àtòlù àtẹrùn omi kẹgbẹ́ rí àràmàdà ògiri omi kó ìbomi mìíràn lérù àwọ̀ àgbà omi kọ́ńṣọ̀ ní mímọ́ sólóòlò omi àwọn olóòlò tán ọ̀dàrà rọ̀ àwọn ìṣọ́nú létí odò ó kúrò àgbára ìlọsókè Èkìtì yéyìn àwọn ìṣòro létí odò ọkọ̀ ọmọ wẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣáájú síbi ayẹyẹ ìyá àgbà ọmọràn torí dídá òkú Ikogosi náà ní ọdún etí odò lè yẹrí àwọn ṣiṣẹ́ jọ ní lọ́ni lọ kárí àjànàkú ẹ̀kọ́ ọba ẹ̀yọ́ ní àgbáyé mo kí ọ àwọ̀ omi arẹmọ òṣìrẹ́bà ọ̀yẹ́ yọ̀sáyé Ikogosi àgbọ̀nmọ́lébẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ àlàmọ́sù aláìsàn débẹ̀ bùtẹ́rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ jí pépépé omi kì mọ́pẹ̀ ọ̀sán ní gbòǹgbò ẹyọ mo kí ọ àwọ̀ omi ọmọ jàre ṣàánú rere láyé rí àwọ̀ omi ìyanu àràmàdà ọba omi ọkẹyẹlé ọkẹ pẹpẹyẹ papọ̀ ṣàlejò àwọn níbi ẹnu dáná olùkòkò bá àlékún ìgboyà ọmọ rẹ̀ síbẹ̀ òwò dáadáa omi ìyanu ọlọ́run dá yàtọ̀ náà làwọn ìwé ìpìlẹ̀ ọmọ rẹ̀ kàn mú iye kàn mú ìyanjú kàn mú ìdàgbà nínú ọgbọ́n òun náà làwọn dàgbà nínú ìlú mo kí ọ omi àwọn amọ́rètèrètè omi tóórótó omi tààràtà èjì wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ alẹ́ ojì odò wàràwàrà ìlú ọ̀pọ̀ mo kí ọ àwọn olólóbi bí.
So Governor, ladies and gentlemen, will take it.
Your Excellency, ìyàwó lèyìnbí mọ́mọ́ jábáradà, ìṣọ̀kan èyí tí mọ̀dọ́ kékeré, iṣẹ́ kiri bá jẹ́ kí mọ̀ ṣe ó lèkìtì, ìmọ̀já òyìnká kéèkó ìyàgbá, ọmọ Èkìtì kéde ọlọ́rọ̀. In agriculture, we are very great. In culture, we are the best. Bro, in education, no rival. Ekiti kete, let us join us together to make Ekiti a worthy state. Ọjẹ́ ní ṣòun tó bọ̀ lẹ́kìtì bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń lọ. Ẹ̀ṣẹ́ àdúgbẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń lọ. Bó ti ń ṣe náà lóhùn ṣòṣù bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń lọ. Ìyẹn tó ń bọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń lọ. Ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ ìyẹn ò dúró bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń lọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́balọ́ba bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń lọ. Ètò àyíká ṣe àdúgbẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń lọ. Tó bá jẹ́ ti tọ́ni sí ní bẹ̀bẹ̀ ń lọ. Dọ́tọ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ́ àdúgbẹ́ bẹ̀bẹ̀ ń lọ. Olóyìnbó sọ pé social security bẹ̀bẹ̀ ń lọ. USSS ẹ̀ṣẹ́ àdúgbẹ́ bẹ̀bẹ̀ ń lọ. Wọ́n ní sọ́mọ́ sùnì kátúkè yẹn bẹ̀bẹ̀ ń lọ. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ kátàrà pọ̀ ká ní dọ́tọ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ́ bẹ̀bẹ̀ ń lọ. Ìṣẹ́ àrẹ́tẹ̀ bẹ̀bẹ̀ ń lọ ní òyìn. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká fún láàyè ó ṣe kàn sí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ lọ́kọ̀ káyọ̀ ọmọ ayẹyẹ o. Àyàwó àwọn ọmọ igi gbẹgbẹrẹ ọkọ̀ gbẹgbẹrẹ àtútù ìjọta ọ̀dàmọ̀lápá ló kúrò ní ọ̀pẹ lórí yòókù tó ní àjàkásá tí o kéré sí. Ó ti fẹ́ yàrá kò ṣe é bẹ̀rẹ̀ níṣẹ́ bàbá alágbẹ̀ àgbọ̀gbọ̀ tuntun kò ṣe gẹ̀rẹ́gẹ̀rẹ́ bàbá àgbàlagbà ọ̀tọ́rọ̀kùnrin lùmọ̀ àlejò gbẹgbẹlẹ́kù tí dájọ́ ní kàná wọ́n ní wọ́n kọ̀ ọ̀dà ara wọn wọ́n bá jagun òyìnbó borí ọ̀tá inú rẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ lápọ̀jù ogun lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ẹni fún mi òkò àti ẹni ògbójò arẹ́gbẹ̀mọ bí owó ọ̀pá kọ̀ọ̀kan owó kọ́
Yes, we're taking Laureates along there.
My fellow Laureates, my rendition is titled Ikogosi Graduate Summer School. Ikogosi Graduate Summer School. Oh, Ikogosi Graduate Summer School. Yes, Ikogosi Graduate Summer School. Like an untouched queen, radiating and vanishing in a virgin state, standing proudly and waiting for an idealist with capacity for incubation, an idealist with capacity for rumination, an idealist like a governor, the governor of governors. Little idea since at beginning. What a great little idea! So light, so lean, so little, but so great. Like a mustard seed grown in the land of Israel, replicated in the bosom of the land, planted, watered, and tended to a giant cowrie stream. A giant cowrie stream with multiple breasts, looking robust and rich for our appetite to bless. Oh, robust and rich breast of IGSS, where genius and the lives lead and lead for knowledge. IGSS, transatlantic knowledge, codified in traditional theories, under the salubrious arms of the clement Ikogosi spring, where an amalgam of waves and complex of bronze teach and talk to widen our brains. IGSS, a glittering generous gem. IGSS, a beautiful practice burial. IGSS, a queen deified in a begonia, illuminating the darkness, lay permanently in our innocent minds. IGSS, a queen with angelic gifts. IGSS, a queen with celestial temple. IGSS, a queen with terrestrial gusto. Confident knowledge, wrapped in divergent minds, theories and malice and pragmatism, a wedlock of thoughts, solemnized on the pinnacle of ideas. IGSS, mystical like a god, mythical like a goddess, more legendary like a legend than a legend. Cooked and served by the best transatlantic brains, great to be wanted, wedded, and worshipped. Turn thee into a paragon of beauty, catwalking on the surface of this wondrous spring. Metamorphose to a peaceful gambling queen, and let every man rub praise in your bosom. IGSS, I worship you. IGSS, a product of a great mind. IGSS, a delicacy from a cerebral mind. IGSS, your cerebral breast in my quaking lips, shaking and quaking for your meal to take the more. IGSS.
Perhaps there's nobody that will appreciate this program more than me today, because it's not only the fact that I'm a teacher and a researcher, but because I've had the opportunity to administer a tertiary institution for the past 1.5 years, that is Ekiti State University. I know the vision of a 21st century university. I know what impact this program will have on that vision. In the university, we have that renewed vision of becoming a world-class university. Not that fiat, but we have to work to achieve it. I know that we are struggling to be part of the global intellectual community. And this program is It's like bringing a chief of that global community to our doorsteps. We appreciate it because our intellectual community, the Ekiti State University, we need this kind of experience, this exposure. There's no way you can send an academic without this kind of interaction. I want to say categorically that I was going to be the first person to register as a candidate. Well, unfortunately, I didn't have the time. That is a way of saying that this should not even be limited to graduate students alone. My colleagues in my university will need this kind of a refresher course. And I want to apologize that the community is not well represented today. I expect that all our graduate students will be part of the community of Laureates here today. But I want to congratulate our very cerebral governor, who is so intellectually inclined to make the tall dream of Ekiti State that has prided itself as a fountain of knowledge to start actualizing this dream now. I think a fountain of knowledge is such a source, like a mecca, where all academics come to tap from the source, that reservoir of knowledge. It's not a state where we are all getting educated outside the state and bring it to the state, and we are called the best educated state or fountain of knowledge. It is now that we are starting to realize it. It's a fountain where everybody will come, will be struggling to come and have a taste of that educational experience from our state. And I know this is the beginning of actualizing that dream now. Like the Professor Obada rightly said, I'm happy that seed has been planted, and from the outcome of the products of this program, we have seen that it's a Bible seed. It's in a good soil, and it is now for us to start nurturing. And I want to promise that Ekiti State University will partner with Ekiti State government subsequently these future programs. Actually, it is as if the program is meant for my university. So we are going to partner, and we will see how our graduate students will enroll for credit in this kind of program. We're going to make it a credit-worthy program for all graduate students of Ekiti State University. And we will not stop at that. I've mandated the Dean of our postgraduate students to see how we can sell this brilliant idea to the Committee of Deans of Nigerian Postgraduate Schools, so that we can have subscription from other universities that they will take the course for credit. And also encourage my colleagues to also enroll, maybe at a higher level, because I know this program will be expanded with time. Our academic staff need this kind of program in order to improve our exposure and be part of that global intellectual community that we are supposed to be part of. So I want to thank you for this program, sir, and congratulate you. Because Ekiti State is known for #1 in everything. It is now that we have the right beg the right woman, an intellectual in the seat of power in a state that prides itself as a fountain of knowledge. I'm so excited, I'm very happy, and I want to be part of this success. And so also will Ekiti State University. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now take the presentation by the class of 2013 of the Ikogosi Graduate Summer School, as will be presented by Laureates for last
School of this nature cannot happen overnight. The wheels must have started rolling months ago, and a lot of planning must have gone into it. It only takes the bird's eye to see every detail. Excellency, sir, we have been very fortunate enough to have a team of dedicated and motivated lecturers who know their job and are result-oriented. Efforts of the directors to handle individual requests and demands, despite their clustered timetable, cannot be overlooked. I must mention here that the efforts of Dr. Akinola, a relentless and untiring man, is quite commendable. He was busy. We thank our own professor of IGSS, the governor of Ekiti State, Professor John Kayode. For his selfless efforts and success, and recorded the first in the history of graduate summer school in Nigeria. You have laid an enviable and solid foundation, which I believe other states will emulate. We wish to inform you, sir, that we have an intranet of this graduate summer school, and that our yearbook is already at the press. And wisdom to further execute your vision for Ekiti State and Nigeria at large. More powers to your elbow. Thank you very much. I, on behalf of the fellow laureates, wish to show our appreciation to the directors and coordinator of this IGSS. So I start with Dr. Ebenezer Badari.
Welcome the speaker to listen to the address of the initiator of the Ikogosi Graduate Summer School. Carrying the pregnancy is thriving right by IGSS. Kayode, fine.
Of the Ikogosi Graduate Summer School, Dr. Wale Adebanwe and Dr. Ebenezer Badari. First, I think all our gratitude must go to God Almighty for a age-free, rewarding, and bountiful graduate summer school, whether we would succeed in doing it. It was the speed with which we could accomplish the initiative that was in contention at the time. And it really wouldn't have been possible if not for the extraordinary dedication of the directors and the coordinator. It's easy to be a visionary. Yes, I know some people might say it's actually the most difficult job to be a visionary, but once you envision something, implementation is a greater challenge than the envisioning. Especially if you have to ensure that it is implemented in a manner that becomes replicable over time. That wouldn't have been possible if not, as I said, for the extraordinary dedication of Dr. Adebamwe and Obadari. And for the effective coordination of Dr. Fayemi Akinola, I am quite lucky. I've known the three of them for quite a long time. Dr. Fayemi Akinola and I were graduate students at the University of London at the same time. He was at the London School of Economics. I was at King's College, almost on opposite side of the same road, belonging to the same collegiate system. Of course, we went on to Harvard and then to the University of Ife or Obafemi Awolowo University later as an academic before finally coming home to serve in this government. Wale and Ebino are also known for a considerable length of time. They're the people that our generation used to refer to as the case of Babaku, because they've done so well in the academia world that we're all so very proud of them. The majority of the people they brought here in the past 2 weeks were people who are their intellectual organs, if you like, but because they're so respected by all of us, they could call on us to do things without batting an eyelid. And I'm sure you've seen a taste of that in the last 2 weeks that they've been here with you. And they're not here because they had nothing to do. If you know how much in demand that the two of them are in various areas, then you will know that we have been really blessed to have them here with us in an undiluted manner for the past 2 weeks. And I wasn't here with you, but I'm sure that their humility must have struck you. Yes. Cambridge trained, London School of Economics trained. One, the Bill Gates scholar, the other, the Ford Foundation scholar. And yet, you would think that they're just boys next door. And then they are boys next door. And that is really what academy is about. Academy is not about wearing chips on one's shoulders. It's not about personal aggrandizement. It's about being agents of social change. Indeed, academy academic is nothing if it is just that thing that we do in the cloistered wall of the university. If it does not make a difference to society, then it's not worth being involved in it. And that's precisely what they are both showing. By not losing sight of their source, there are many of their colleagues who would taunt at this idea. But over the last 2 weeks, I've been getting feedback from their colleagues in the United States and the United Kingdom, blaming me and blaming them for not being involved in the Ikogosi graduate summer school. Professor Oshindare's wonderful keynote address, which is already posted on several social media platforms, Sahara Reporters, Nigerian Village Square, and several academic research. And many have come back to me, how come we did not know about this? How come we were not involved in it? Of course, not everybody can be involved. But I'm glad that it's turned out that way. If we have overpromised and over-advertised and under-delivered, it would also have turned out entirely. So it's even better that it's come out this way, and that you, the laureates, you, the beneficiaries, have particularly concluded that value has been added to academic life. Yes. I'm glad also that Mr. Vice Chancellor has made a few promises about connecting the IGSS to the university system. And I think that would be a great idea. What is particularly inspiring in his remarks is also the fact that he's not limiting that to this locale. He's also thinking of expanding it to other university systems around us and other postgraduate schools in the country. This resonates well with me because you recall what I told you when you came for dinner a couple of days ago, that for me, this has to be sustained. And the way to sustain it is also to widen its scope and ensure that others can benefit from it in a manner that people will start looking forward to the next Ikogosi graduate summer school. And I'm glad that Mr. Fayemi has mentioned that your network is already fully established, and that we will even get you a yearbook in the shortest possible time. I think that's important. I would love to be on that same intranet and just to know what it is that you're doing, and hopefully offer assistance and suggestions. I should add that for us, what makes Ikogosi graduate summer school much more important than any other thing we're doing, simply that, buildings will collapse, roads will need to be mended. Yes, we're building roads, we're constructing schools, we're renovating places, and people can see a lot of those physical changes taking place in it. Fine, that's very important. But the major thing that will sustain what we're doing now is attitudinal. it is mental, and it has to do primarily with values reorientation. If those who go into graduate school and academia in general go into it with the certainty that there is no shortcut to knowledge, and that the only solution is hard work, that will percolate down the system. University lecturers will not just be looking for what will make A and P. Those of you who are in the university system, you know what A and P is. They will not just be looking for what A and P would need in order for them to satisfy becoming the next senior lecturer or associate professor. Yes, that's important. But in other academic plans, to earn tenure, you really must work for it. It is not volume 1, number 1 behind my house journal. It is not volume 1, number 1 Taj Mahal in Pakistan. Or even these days, I understand you can have your own website in California, even though you have not left it, and you say the journal is published. Since they have been now required that some of your journal, your publication must be external, peer reviewed, so you create your own peer review site and send it back to the vice chancellor and his team that yes, I am now qualified to be a professor. So for me, that is what makes this much more critical. And I know that what you have learned in the last 2 weeks, I'm told that Madam was there a couple of days ago. Yes. You know who Madam is? Yes. If you know Madam, you know Fayemi, you know that it's a different species of you agree? Yes. So you have theory in your head. Well, but you see, things don't happen. I'm sure that's the point Malam made to you. Yes. There is a conceptual basis for everything that we do. And once you grab the conceptual basis, it's easy for you to relate it to everyday occurrences, depending on which ideological school you belong to. And I'm sure Kayode and Fayemi were also here yesterday. Yes. They are world-leading scholars in conflict. All you need to do is just Google their names and you see what will come out on Fayemi Nishaki or Kayode Alao. Dito for many of the other people that you have benefited, whose intellectual fountain you benefited from. And there's no reason why Ekiti cannot be that source from which we all drink in abundance and then take out to wherever we want to apply the knowledge. So for me, that is what you are pioneering. And you're making history in a way that you may not deem historic yourself. But if this continues as we are determined to ensure that it endures, then I look forward to that time when some of you will be back as faculty, as resource persons in the Ikogosi Graduate Summer School. objective of this initiative. I want to congratulate you in your unique position as the pioneer laureate of this initiative. I also want to, of course, thank you for making me an endowed professor of the initiative. That's my own way of staying through there without going through the rigor. I want to thank my brothers Wale and Ebenezer for the dedication and the commitment they've shown to this. One of our friends, a professor of chemical engineering in one of the universities in America, who read about this, called me and said, this is unfair. Next year, you must have a science academy as well as a social science academy. And I will come and run the science academy. I said, be my guest. Come. We want this to happen. People should volunteer and they'll be more committed to the process. And I would like a situation in which we have our agri science experts, our engineering experts, computing, you name it. Also set up a science summer school that will assist our young lecturers, young academics, graduate students in Ekiti and all around in a manner that they too can start looking forward to the science graduate summer school. Higher education is a crisis across the board in the country. But it's not all doom and gloom. Particularly in Ekiti, we're making progress. It may not be that apparent yet, but as I told some of you who came, a lot of that work, I must give credit to the Vice Chancellor and the Governing Council of the University. Because, as I said, even though they're still not very good in their public relations effort, I see every day, over the last 3 days, I've been reading about Abuad scoring 100% in accreditation. I've not read one thing anywhere that ETSU actually scored almost 120% in their own accreditation. By the same National Universities Commission, virtually all the courses in the university, and the first time this will happen, under the leadership of Professor Aino, the university scaled through. And I'm looking down. They're always looking for ways to cut corners. Oh, our law accreditation has been withdrawn. Our engineering accreditation is not there. Our sociology accreditation is zero. To see that extraordinary transformation in less than 2 years of being Vice Chancellor and in less than 2 years of managing the 3 universities is more than a miracle for those who know the way the university system functions. And I think we can build on this in a manner that the university then takes its place in that 21st century global system in which the university is also a universe, as Professor Oshundari highlighted to us. I am prepared to support this for as long as it takes. Because for me, as I said, values orientation is what will make a difference in Ekiti. It is not the number of roads, it is not the number of schools built and reconstructed, it is not the number of people that we even give stipends to. It is values. And the only way that can happen, there's only one way, and that is education. Thank you.
name is Dauda Lawa. I'm one of the students of IGSS.
So how can you describe this Ikogosi summer school?
Yes, the summer school is one of the best programs that you can ever find in this part of the world. It's happening for the first time in Nigeria, and I want to say that this is a well thought out plan of Dr. Fayemi in making sure that intellectual capacity is one of the major architects of development in Ekiti State. And as a matter of fact, many of us that are part of this program, we are highly happy that we are part of it, because I want to say that majority of us are creditably selected to perform in this program. And you can begin to see the manifestation of what is coming from some of the students. And we are going back to the society to make sure that we impacted positively in the society and make sure that we support and coordinate all the activities of Dr. Kayode Fayemi in Ekiti State. Is a result-oriented government, and I believe Ekiti will get a lot from it.
Your name was again, sir?
My name is Dauda Lawal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your name first of all.
I'm Fayemi.
How can you describe your experience during this 2 weeks?
It's very, very fascinating, interesting, and encouraging. First of all, what I want the general public to know about this program is that the program is not politicized. The laureate and the participants were selected irrespective of their area of their local government, towns, whether they don't know whether you belong to PDP or you belong to AC or any other thing. The merit is fully appreciated. All the participants and laureates were selected based on the merit.
What the process that produced the participants?
Yeah, the process that produced the participant is simple. The application for interest in participating was advertised in national dailies. I'm living in Ibadan, where I'm undergoing my graduate school, University of Ibadan, and in Ibadan I applied, and after their after their own examination, we were told that the best of the scholars were selected based on their merit. In fact, I even called the coordinator, which he told me that I shouldn't call. That if I'm qualified, the panel that will select the participant will surely pick me. So, and with this, I believe the merit, the participants were chosen based on the merit, not on the politics and other things.
Thank you very much.